What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rob, aka Creative Chavis, and I thought we'd do something a little different today. We're just a couple of days away from the Grammy nominations for the 2026 Grammy Awards. I have a love-hate relationship with the Grammys. They get a lot of stuff wrong. They do get some things right, but I've just always had this obsession with keeping up with the nominations and the winners every single year. I've been doing this since I was pretty young, and it's just an interest of mine. So yeah, I wanted to run through what are my predictions for the nominations, as well as some of my predictions for the winners this year. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how delusional I'm being, or if you agree with me. The nominations will be out this Friday, so I'm looking forward to see if I was right. I'd also like to see The Weeknd take some stuff home, but this will definitely be Kendrick's night, and I think Leon Thomas will get a couple of awards in the R&B category. I'd love to see Duran Bernard take some home. I am almost positive that Kalani will win something for Folded, and hopefully Clips gets something too. So just to get into some of the history of the Grammys, um, right now Beyonce holds the record for the most Grammys won. She also holds the record for the most Grammy nominations. Where is that at? There we go. Yeah, so Beyonce's been nominated 99 times. So continuing with the Kendrick Lamar glaze, he right now is in third place for most Grammys won by a rapper with 22 Grammys. And Jay-Z is number one with just three more at 25. So if Kendrick Lamar wins three awards, just three, he will tie with Jay-Z as the most Grammys won by a rapper. And if he wins four, he will overtake Jay-Z. And I honestly think he's going to take home more than four this year. So, jumping into the rap categories, there is Best Rap Performance, Best Melodic Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Album. I made a note. These are some of the songs that we know were submitted for the Grammys. So, these are the songs that are actually in contention to be nominated. Starting with Best Rap Performance, we have The Largest by Big X The Plug, Outside by Cardi B, Chains and Whips by The Clips, 1995 by Freddie Gibbs, What You Know About Me by Glorilla, TV Off by Kendrick Lamar and Lefty Gunplay, and Life is Beautiful by Larry June and 2 Chainz. Now, mind you, only 5 of these songs can be nominated, and this is not the full list of all of the songs that were submitted to be nominated, but these we know for a fact were submitted. They just leaked through some of the committee voting members that have access to this type of stuff. I am not a voting member as of yet. I would love to become one day, only because I nerd out about stuff like this. So I think I could contribute a lot. Out of these, so what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I eliminated 2 for best rap performance, I honestly don't think Cardi B is going to be nominated for Outside, which is crazy because I could actually see Glorilla being nominated for What You Know About Me. They nominated Glorilla a lot last year. So 2025, but shit, look at that. Cardi was nominated there. And they nominated a bunch of songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you know what? I'm not gonna eliminate anything because Cardi B got nominated for Enough. Glorilla got nominated for Yeah Glow. So sure, maybe this year Outside will be nominated, and What You Know About Me from Glorilla. There's 2 Kendrick Lamar songs that got nominated. One, his song that he released, Not Like Us, that ended up winning, and Like That, which he was featured on. I feel like they're gonna repeat that this year as well, with TV Off being nominated and probably winning, and Chains and Whips being the song that he was featured on that gets nominated, which I would actually love to see that take home a win. I think as far as Kendrick's performance is concerned, he did a better performance on that song. Actually, I take that back. he did some really good rapping on TV off on both parts of the song, and obviously the mustard part went viral. So it could go either way. The other three, Common, Doechii, and Eminem. Yeah, I could see Big X the Plug, Freddie Gibbs, and Larry June. Which Alchemist is gonna get a lot of awards. I think he's gonna get a lot of nominations this year in the rap category, just because he put out so much content, and I think Alfredo 2 is an incredible album, but so was Life is Beautiful. So I'd love to see Alchemist get nominated for both projects. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say all 7 of these are gonna get nominated because 7 songs got nominated last year. And when I say last year, I'm referring to this year's Grammys, but the nominations came out last year. All right, best melodic. Let's just see what happened last year. All right, so last year we got 5 songs nominated. Beyonce did not win for Spaghetti with Shabuzi. I honestly thought that Future and Metro Boomin and The Weeknd would win for We Still Don't Trust You. I loved Big Mama by Lotto. That that was a good song. It was cool that Kalani got nominated. I do feel like 3 a.m. was probably the best song in that category, and that's why it won. But I really wasn't expecting Rhapsody to take that home. But good for her. That was 2 women, well 3 technically that won in the rap categories this year because Doechii won best rap album and Rhapsody won best melodic rap performance with Erica Badu. Doechii and Rhapsody, they're making it clear what type of music they want to award, even though Big Mama still got nominated. All right, well, once again, the glaze continues. Luther, in my opinion, is a lock for this. The song Luther was number 1 for 13 weeks. There's not that many songs in history that have remained at number 1 for 13 weeks, especially not 13 consecutive weeks. This was a monster hit, and Kendrick and SZA are both highly respected within the Grammys. And I mean, it has a Luther Vandross sample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think they're gonna nominate Party Next Door and Drake twice. They're gonna pick one. Probably Somebody Loves Me. But yeah, I could definitely see Backdoor, Ensalada, and Timeless getting the nomination, and Luther will win that. Best rap song. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I know for a fact there was more than this. I just don't know what they were. So let's see. So 5 songs were nominated last year for best rap song. Kendrick Lamar obviously won for Not Like Us, beating out Rhapsody, Kanye, himself with Future and Metro Boomin, and Glorilla. Now, I'd love to see Kendrick win with TV off, but I have a feeling that Birds Don't Sing could possibly sneak and win that. If they don't win for best rap performance, I do think Clips is gonna take something home out of these 4 categories. I think Kendrick is gonna win a bunch, but Clips will win something. I'm don't want to jump ahead to album, but I kind of feel like they're not gonna win album. I think they'll be awarded for one of the songs, and if the Grammys wants to be, if they really want to show Kendrick love, they would give them Chains and Whips since Kendrick is on that song, and that'll be an award for him as well. Birds Don't Sing had incredible writing, and it was a song about their parents passing. John Legend is on it, Stevie Wonder is on it, Pharrell's on it. It wouldn't shock me if that won. But obviously, TV Off was the better, or the not the better, but the bigger hit. Um, but that's also going to be nominated in Best Rap Performance. So they could award Clips with Chains and Whips, and then Kendrick still gets one, and then TV Off will still get one. Or they could do TV Off and Best Rap Performance, and then give Birds Don't Sing the song. Or they could give them both to Clips, or they could give them both to TV Off. I really don't think anybody else has a chance though. It's gonna be Clips or Kendrick in both of these categories. I really want Bigger in Texas to be nominated and The Largest. That's just the Texas in me. Both of those songs were great. It would be great to see them both nominated alongside Clips and Kendrick Lamar. Mm, I don't know if they're gonna nominate all seven like they did for Best Rap Performance, but really the weakest song on here to me is Outside. I didn't like Outside that much. And I think she has better songs on her album, which will be eligible for next year's Grammys. Maybe they'll give it to Sticky because that'll cover Glorilla, and TGIF will lose out. And then obviously Best Rap Album. I went ahead and narrowed it down because there's just so many albums that are going to be submitted for this category. And I think they might extend it to 6 nominations. Like I said, I would love to see Life is Beautiful and Alfredo 2 get in for Alchemist. If they had to choose one, I think Alfredo 2 had the better rapping. I'd love to see JID get in for God Does Like Ugly. Tyler the Creator, Clips, and Kendrick Lamar are definitely locks. They're gonna be nominated. JID and Freddie Gibbs, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they nominate Glorilla just to have some female representation, and because that album had a ton of hits. It was a good album. I love the song with T-Pain. She had the song with Kirk Franklin. It deserves a nomination. And somebody pointed out the other day that Chance the Rapper is pretty confident that he's gonna be nominated in this category. So I don't know what talks he's been having, and that was a good album, but I just don't feel like it had any like staying power. It's still pretty new, but I haven't heard people talk about it as much. I liked um Ride, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the ride. And I kind of liked The Tree. It was a good album. It's just I don't know if anybody really cares about it anymore. But he has a bigger name than JID, so I could see him getting in. So it's kind of a toss up. But I know for a fact that Kendrick, The Clips, and Tyler the Creator will be nominated. The other two are a toss up. But Playboy Cardi, Big X the Plug, Offset, I don't think they're gonna get nominated in this category. I can see Biggest the Plug getting nominated in the brand new, what is it, contemporary country album. I could see him getting nominated there and probably win. Playboy Cardi, I could definitely see him getting nominated for Backdoor since Kendrick is on it. Offset, I think you're gonna miss out this year, bud. But yeah, so that's my predictions for the rap categories. This is pretty much going to be a sweep with Kendrick Lamar taking album, song, definitely melodic, and rap performance with either himself or amongst the Clips. The only one I can see him potentially losing is best rap song to Birds Don't Sing. If Chains and Whips and Birds Don't Sing wins, I don't know. They might give it to let guys sort them out. That was an incredible album. I cannot lie. If anybody can take it from Kendrick, it would be them. I still play that album a lot. I recently saw them at One Music Fest, and that was great. Being in the atmosphere with other people that knew the lyrics. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they give both of these albums the Grammy. It wouldn't be far-fetched. They have done ties before. In fact, they just did one this year in the R&B category. Yeah, best progressive R&B album went to Avery Sunshine and No Worries this year, tied. And I thought Childish Gambino was gonna win that, and they gave it to two albums and not his. I just love Duran Bernard, and I am pretty much guaranteed that he's gonna get nominated for this exact same award this year, and he might win this year. But since we're here, best progressive R&B album, from what I could find, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums were submitted to this category. And like I said before, I love Duran Bernard. I think he could win this. Destin Conrad's album was also really, really good. He not only submitted for best progressive R&B album, but he also submitted in the jazz categories for his jazz album that came out, which I forgot the name of it, but it was an incredible album. Wash You Away is a great song, and I know he submitted that in the jazz categories. I really like Odell's. I'm not really sure how you say his name, but I love his voice. I could see it making an appearance here just because the category is so weak. Kenyon Dixon and Terrence Martin, I feel like always secure nominations. They're really well loved in the industry, especially in this Grammy committee. But they don't tend to win as much. I don't think Kenyon Dixon has won anything. He always gets nominated. I could be wrong. I need to double check on that. I don't see them winning for this. It was okay. And then Drake and Party Next Door. Drake has done so much damage to himself when it comes to these types of awards and accolades. He has to be voted on by his peers and within the committee. And also he's already been pretty vocal about not liking the Grammys and not submitting his work. This is only in here because of Party Next Door and his team who submitted it. Also, the biggest hit off of this album was Nokia, and because Drake isn't submitting, Nokia will not be submitted and won't be nominated, therefore won't win. I highly doubt Drake will appear at the Grammys, especially given the year that Kendrick has had, and Kendrick will be sure to not just be nominated but win several. I don't think Drake will want to be in the building for that. So I'm not sure if this will even be nominated. I think they might nominate it just for shits and giggles, but I don't think it'll win just because of everything that he has going on personally. Maybe Duran can take it. It was a fun album. So was Destin Conrad's. Those are my top two picks to win. Maybe they'll give them a tie like they did this year with Avery Sunshine and No Worries. I wouldn't be mad at that either. Moving on to best R&B album, I think this is a lock. Well, outside of progressive R&B album, I think Leon is gonna sweep. Definitely think Mutt will win for best R&B album, and I wouldn't be surprised if he also takes home best new artist. Um, and the song itself, Mutt, I think will win. Um, best R&B performance. We jumping all around the place. Let me just slow it down. All right, so starting with best R&B performance, I do think "You" by Coco Jones will be nominated. Overqualified by Duran Bernard. Folded by Kalani, which could also win, but I do think they're gonna award Mutt the live version by Leon Thomas. Everybody's underestimating Teddy Swims. I do think "Are You Even Real" is gonna get in. Giveon is on that song, and it's a great song, great R&B performance. I could see it getting in for R&B performance over some of these other songs. The ones that don't get in for R&B performance, I think could come in to R&B song, like "It Depends" by Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller. Folded, which I think will win here instead of R&B performance. Yes, It Is by Leon Thomas, which I love that song, but it just doesn't have the cultural relevancy, and it just wasn't as big of a hit as Folded is. Folded just um made it to the top 10 of Billboard, which is rare for an R&B song in these times. The only other song that I can think of that went top 10 in R&B was Mutt by Leon Thomas. So I do think they'll both be awarded. Burning Blue by Mariah the Scientist and Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker. I don't think any of the SZA songs from the Lana release will be nominated in the R&B categories. She'll be fine. Luther will definitely take home at least one Grammy. And I don't think The Weeknd's gonna do well in the R&B categories either. John Baptiste, I think he's gonna be nominated in other categories, not in the R&B. Best traditional R&B performance is pretty weak this year. I do think Coco Jones will be nominated, Duran Bernard again, Eric Benet, Leon Thomas. I think will just down the line be nominated, and SZA might be able to get in there. I double checked. Circle of Love was not submitted to Best Traditional. It was submitted in Best R&B Performance and Song, and I don't think it's good enough to compete in those categories. We actually have some big R&B hits this year and some surefire wins. I think Leon Thomas and Kalani are locks to win something this year. So Keon Dixon, they're just gonna have to get nominated in Best Progressive R&B. I'm not sure who would win this. Who won this year? Oh yeah, Lucky Day. That's You definitely deserved it. That very traditional, and it was a great song. Once again, Kenyon Dixon nominated and not winning. Um, Marsha Ambrosius, Layla Hathaway wins a lot. Money Loan. That song, I forgot about it. So yeah, Lucky Day won. I kind of feel like that was a lock that year. This year, I don't know. They might give something to Leon Thomas again. Maybe SZA. I did like that song, but not as much as Vibes Don't Lie. But I really don't think Vibes Don't Lie is that traditional. I don't know why he submitted that. If anything, I think yes, it is a little more traditional. Not sure why he went with that. But overall, I think Leon Thomas will at least win Best R&B Performance and Best R&B Album. I think Kalani will definitely win Best R&B Song. And when it comes to traditional and progressive performance and album, I'm not sure. It's a toss up. I would love to see Duran Bernard take both, actually, because Here We Are was a great song. And I already said in the general categories, I do think Leon Thomas will be nominated for Best New Artist. I'd love to see him take home a win. As far as the other categories, record, album, and song, I'm sure Luther will be nominated for a record and song. I'm not sure if any R&B songs will get nominated this year in either of those categories. I know Kalani made a post where she was upset that her label didn't submit Folded to Record of the Year or Song of the Year. They only submitted it in the R&B categories, and I think it could have had a chance to get nominated in one or the other. Um, I'm not sure if Mutt the live version will get nominated in one or the other, and so it's kind of that space was open for an R&B song to get in there, and it could have been Folded, but it won't be because her team didn't submit it. So they're probably gonna just count Luther as an R&B song. SZA's on it, Kendrick's on it. I'm not sure if he will win Record of the Year, our Song of the Year, seeing as how he won both last year, and they rarely give that award to the same artist 2 years in a row. I think the only person that's gotten it has been Billie Eilish. All right, some more Grammy milestones. Um, Michael Jackson still holds the records for most Grammys won in one night with 8 in 1984. Um, and I think the Grammys are trying to respect that record because they haven't broken it themselves since 1984, and that was over 40 years ago. Um, and he absolutely deserves to keep this record. Thriller won Album of the Year. It also won Best Pop Vocal Performance. So he won in the general category, the general field, and the pop field, and he also won Best R&B Vocal Performance for Billie Jean and Best R&B Song for Billie Jean. So that's 2 in the R&B field, and then Beat It won Best Rock Vocal Performance. Um, And I believe it also won Song of the Year. It sure did. Beat It won Song of the Record of the Year, excuse me. So he won in every field, pop, R&B, and rock in one single night. And the crazy thing about this record is that he won 8, but if this album were to come out now, he'd actually win more because this was before the Grammys were given genre specific albums of the year. Like you can win best pop album of the year, best R&B album of the year, best rap album of the year. They weren't doing that in 1984. And so if they had best pop album, he absolutely would have won that. They also weren't doing best music video. You already know Thriller would have won that, if not Billie Jean, if not Beat It. So he probably would have won 10 awards if this came out now. And Santana ties that award that record with the Supernatural album that came out in 2000, but I recently read an article about how um if that album would have come out today, it wouldn't have gotten as many awards as it did that night because 3 of its awards that it won in 2000, they were all in the pop category. Yeah, so Smooth won Record of the Year, and Supernatural won Album of the Year, and Smooth won Song of the Year. But this was back when they split up the pop awards in genders, so best male, best female. Um and Maria won. Maria. That won best pop performance by a duo or group. But then they had this best pop collaboration with vocals, which I really don't understand what the difference between the two was. Smooth won that, and then they had best pop instrumental performance, and they won that as well. Those 3 categories would have been combined into one now. So he wouldn't have won 8. It would have been more like 5 or 6. Because he got a bunch of rock ones too. And I don't even think they do best rock performance by a duo or group anymore. They definitely don't do best rock instrumental. So shout out to Santana. Supernatural was a great album. Smooth and Maria were all over the radio at the time. So I'm glad he had them as a group had that big night, but that wouldn't happen in today's Grammys. They would have gotten much less, and Michael Jackson would have gotten much more. So I think that's why they're trying to respect that. So the cap is usually 6. That was in Paul Simon in 1971. Since then, in 66, 91, 93, Beyonce in 2010, Adele in 2012, 2017, Bruno in 2018, 2020, they cap it at 6. I honestly think after Kendrick won those 5 Grammys this year for Not Like Us, I could see them either doing that again or allowing him to enter this exclusive group of artists who have won 6 Grammys in one night. I could see them giving it to him. If we look at some more milestones, most nominations in one night, Michael Jackson at 84 with 12. So he won 8, got nominated for 12. Something I noticed about this list of artists who've gotten the most nominations in one night, uh black, 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 and Eminem. Something else I noticed, anytime an artist gets 10 or more nominations in one year, they usually are awarded something in the general field, either record of the year, album of the year, song of the year. They usually get at least one award in the general field unless they're a rapper. So in 1984, Michael Jackson won Album of the Year for Thriller. Babyface won Record of the Year, I believe, in 97. Yeah, Change the World by Eric Clapton was produced by Babyface. So he won an award in the general field that year for Record of the Year. Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. John Baptiste won Album of the Year. Yeah. He won Album of the Year for We Are in 2022. Beyonce in 2025 won Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter. Lauryn Hill in 99 won Album of the Year for The Miseducation. Kanye West is a rapper. Um, in 2010, Beyonce won Song of the Year, I believe, for Single Ladies. Yep, Song of the Year, Single Ladies. And Eminem is also a rapper. So, with the exception of Babyface and Beyonce, the first go round in 2010, all of these awards, I mean, all of these artists that received 10 or more nominations in one night, almost all got Album of the Year. Michael Jackson got it. John Baptiste got it. Beyonce got it. Lauryn Hill got it. And Beyonce didn't get it the first time. Everybody else is a rapper. Um, but another stat, Beyonce got it twice. She got 10 nominations in one night in 2010, and they gave her Song of the Year, but not Album of the Year. Then she turned around and did it again 15 years later. In 2025, got 11 nominations, and that's when they gave her Album of the Year. I do think with the new CEO of the Grammys, yeah, this brother right here, Harvey Mason, he's been trying to rewrite some of the Grammys wrongs with that whole apology they did this year to The Weeknd, since they didn't nominate him the year that Blinding Lights came out, which is the most streamed song of all time, I believe. Blinding Lights was a huge hit. It got completely ignored by the Grammys. Since he became CEO, they apologized to The Weeknd and allow him to perform this year with Playboy Cardi. And Beyonce's been nominated for Album of the Year, I believe, 5 or 6 times in a row. I Am Sasha Fierce got nominated. Her self-titled album, Lemonade, Renaissance, and then Cowboy Carter. And that's when they finally gave her the award for Album of the Year after 5 nominations. And I think he had something to do with that, as well as that rant JC went on. But with all of that being said, I could see them awarding Kendrick Lamar because he has also been nominated for 5 Album of the Year awards. If you include the Black Panther soundtrack, he got nominated for A Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and Mr. Morale. So if GNX gets nominated for Album of the Year, which I'm sure it will, that will be his 6th nomination in the category. And I could see this brother right here trying to right those wrongs again and awarding him Album of the Year for for GNX. Also, I could see this being the second time that he gets 10 or more nominations. Yeah, so Kendrick Lamar has reportedly made 14 submissions for the 2026 Grammy Awards. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Luther will be nominated in every category that he submitted it in: record, song, best melodic, and best music video. Now, I don't know how many he'll win for that, but I do think he'll be nominated for all 4. GNX the album for Album of the Year, Best Rap Album, and Best Engineered Album. I could see him taking all 3 of those nominations. Same with TV Off. I for sure think that will be nominated in both Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I do think he'll get nominated for all 9. And to secure that double digit nomination in one night, I do think 30 for 30 and Chains and Whips will be nominated. And I could see Best Melodic Rap going to Backdoor. I don't know about Good Credit getting any nominations, but even if Good Credit doesn't get any nominations, that's still 12 nominations for Kendrick Lamar, which would put him here at number 1 for most nominations in one night, tying with Michael Jackson and Babyface. And if you look at his submissions, it doesn't seem far-fetched at all. So just like how Beyonce was nominated for 10 and then turned around and got nominated for 11, I could see Kendrick Lamar being nominated for 11 in 2022 and then turning around and getting nominated for 12 in 2026. And that will be when he gets the album of the year, just like Beyonce did her second go round. That's just a theory of mine, and it could be more glaze. Maybe I'm a delusional K-bot, but that's just what I see happening. I see 12 nominations and 6 wins. They could pepper it anyway, and I don't want to limit him at 6 because he could break this and get that, or maybe even tie with Michael. And I just want to see him redo this picture with the new outfit and hold him just like that. I do think Kendrick will break some records. I definitely think he will become the most awarded rapper of all time. And 6 awards would actually move him up. Beyonce's at number 1 with 35. Kendrick is here with 22. If he were to get 6 awards, that will move him up to 28, which will put him up here with Quincy Jones, tying him for 3rd place next to Beyonce. As far as living and current, yeah, because these 3 men have all passed away. And being completely transparent, I made this video because I recently saw a guy make a video about his predictions for the Grammys, and he was a self-proclaimed little monster, and he had Lady Gaga beating Michael Jackson for most nominations in one night and most wins in one night. And I just thought he was so delusional. And so I said, let me make a video being delusional. I think Kendrick will win all of those awards. I love Lady Gaga. I just don't think Abracadabra made that big of a splash to be to get that many nominations and that many wins at next year's Grammys. And I don't think Mayhem made that big of a splash either. I could be wrong. Maybe I wasn't outside to hear it, but I genuinely didn't hear it as much. But that's it. That's all I got. All right, y'all. Peace.